So welcome you guys to Mental Health Mondays. My name is Lucian, and you can introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Natalie, and we're peer educators here at U of M. Today we're going to be presenting relaxation without guilt. So not feeling guilty when we decide to relax after school, after work, just whenever.
For sure. So we have down first a couple reasons why relaxation is important. And there's actually a lot of reasons. You get relief from stress, you get to practice your hobbies and have fun. Getting sleep also counts as a form of relaxation. You get your break from work, you can spend time with the people you love. But it's especially important for your mental and physical wellness. And a lot of people don't realize that because taking a break from like the stress of work, even if you enjoy doing your work, is super, super important. But we also understand that there are some reasons why relaxation can be difficult. If you want to go ahead with that, Natalie.
So some reasons it can be difficult starts with, you have a lot of homework, your work schedule is really busy, childcare, sickness, having excess stress, social pressure, a lot of responsibility, and just your class schedule, just having not enough time, or at least you feel like you don't have enough time, but also stigma and guilt can really make it hard to relax. There's a lot of stigma around relaxing because you think you're not being productive, but it actually is productive, and we'll go into that further in a little bit.
For sure. So like the biggest thing that at least I'm personally am guilty of feeling bad for relaxing is because we definitely we feel guilty for relaxing because we feel like we're not producing enough, that we're neglecting our work, that oh well, hey, I have this free time, I can use that to get even more work done. You want to get ahead of your work, and we feel that relaxation is not productive. Do either of you ever felt like that, or had barriers to you trying to relax? Because I know it can be rough. And if you had, there's nothing wrong with that. But relaxation is productive, even if you don't feel like you're doing anything. And here's why.
So it's productive because it helps prevent burnout, which I'm sure all of us have experienced at least one point, especially since we're college students. And it helps prevent adverse health problems. So engaging in leisure, it allows our minds and bodies to recover from the stress that we experience from school, from work, and just other activities. Overworking ourselves can lead to malfunction. So the poorer our health, the harder it is to achieve success. So therefore, there's absolutely no reason to feel guilty about relaxing because we need it.
Yeah, for sure. One of the biggest things is you overwork yourself because you think you're going to get more done, but the more you overwork yourself, you get tired, you're not eating enough, you're not hydrating, you're not relaxing from that, so you're pushing your brain to its absolute limit, and you actually end up getting less done because you're so burnt out, you're not giving yourself time to recover.
Yeah, the quality of your work can decline because of that. So that's
absolutely,
remember.
And that kind of restarts the whole cycle because you think your work's declining. Oh, I'll just do more work, that'll make it better, and then it doesn't. So there are some different ways to relax. I mean, obviously, kind of the basic ones, they're reading, breathing exercises, meditation, spending time with your loved ones, video games, making art. I personally been playing so much Minecraft. That's weird. My friend and I have a thing together, and we play there. That's one of the big ways we relax. Nice. Napping and This at the bottom, I actually like the metaphor here. It's because it is a must. It's like fuel for your car. Like the miles that you're driving is how much you're working, and the fuel is how much energy you saved up relaxing. If you have no energy saved, then that's not going to work. Your car is going to stall out and you're going to die.
Yep. All right. So if none of these helped, you can try an after work routine. So that is something you do to physically mark the time between, I'm sorry, what does it say? Oh yeah, work and play at the end of every day. It's something that lets your brain know that it's okay to stop thinking about work. So you did your work for the day. Now it's time to relax, just chill. Don't think about work or school or anything. This could be taking a shower as soon as you get home, eating a specific granola bar at the end of a shift, having an episode of your favorite show ready to go, or any number of activities that marks the end of your work and the beginning of your rest. So this will condition your brain to allocating its resources where it's supposed to. So you save the work talk for work and relaxation talk for relaxing. So, and this eliminates the myth of feeling lazy. So that separation.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But for an example, something that I do is I have the same laptop that I have for games as I do for schoolwork. I don't have like two different laptops. But what I do is like I force myself, if I'm doing schoolwork, I will have myself do it because I'm doing college online. I will do it all at the table. And then when I'm done with my work, I'll take my laptop from the table if I want to play a game and go play it on the couch. So like you have that physical space, you keep them separate so that I still don't feel like, well, I'm at the table and my laptop's here, I could just keep working. Like physically getting up and moving and just sitting somewhere else in the house is something very small that you can do to be like, okay, I'm done working. Now I can relax. Do you guys have something like that? Or do you have something you think that might be like an after work routine, school work or regular work otherwise? Something you could come up with small that you can just do at the end of the day to kind of get your brain into that relaxation mode? It's okay if you can't think of one. It might be something you haven't really thought of previously.
Oh, cooking after working?
Yeah, definitely. That's something too. Another thing I've heard of is like changing your outfit. It's like as soon as you walk in the door, you take off your work clothes and you put on your pajamas or something. But cooking is a really, really good one because then you're in a whole different mindset and you're making yourself something to eat, which is very helpful.
Yeah, I definitely do the changing my clothes thing. Like if I wore like a nice outfit to school or work, like jeans, I'll come home and I'll like immediately put on sweatpants, and it's like immediate like relaxation a little bit. It's like to like start me off. So that's always nice.
For sure. And this is something that like this specific like activity is thing that it's like there's like studies behind it. Like it's an actual thing. I didn't super know that until like I started studying like psychology and stuff. Like I take psychology classes. This is one of the things we actually like learned about is how it actually kind of conditions your brain into separating those two parts of your life, which is not to say that you can't think about work while you're relaxing, but it's to say like don't let the fear of not getting enough done keep you from relaxing, because that's a huge problem, especially I know with being college students. Like you feel like you just want to be working all the time, just get it done and over with, but it's so hard when you're burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I included a quote here. I don't know I don't see it though. Oh, there it is. Oh,
the time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time.
You did that. I think that was an
No, I didn't have that there, but I really do like that quote.
Yeah, so I just included this because it's one of my favorite quotes, because even since high school, I always felt like I was wasting my time by not thinking about school or doing work or whatever. But like having fun and relaxing is not a waste of time. Like that is, again, like that is your fuel. That is what keeps us alive and healthy. So yeah, please don't ever think that the time that you're enjoying with yourself is a waste of time, because it never is.
Absolutely. Very well said. So I do know that it was a little short, but they always say that they're an hour, but they never end up being an hour, because it's just a little moment you take out of your day to just kind of remind yourself this or that. This week, of course, about relaxation. Next week, I believe it's something about self-care. And you'll be able to join them as well. It's all the same Zoom link. So you just use the link you used to join today, and use that next week and all the following weeks for whatever topic interests you. But we really appreciate you guys joining us this week.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I think this was a good topic to start off from, especially considering it's the start of the semester. So it's easy to fall back into that feeling guilty as soon as the work starts piling up. So at least for me anyway. It's been a while since
for me too.
So yeah, let me stop sharing here. And then that is it for Mental Health Mondays. We really appreciate you guys coming. Did any of you guys have anything you wanted to say or like ask questions about? Because we're totally here if you still want to talk about this. Like the link is still open until 5, so you don't have to worry about that. We're not trying to usher you out or anything.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you didn't. If you just wanted to come and see the PowerPoint, that's fine too.
Yeah, that's cool too.
So if no one had anything, then I think we'll end the meeting. But we really appreciate you guys coming, and we hope to see you at a future one. So
yeah, for sure.
Everyone have a really good evening, and bye.
See ya.
Let me figure something out here.
Oh, I think I have to end the meeting. Oh yeah.